my name is Anna, welcome to my channel, and today I am doing my No Buy Finale haul video where I talk about what I bought and why I bought it and kind of the totals and how I'm feeling. Now, just as a disclaimer, a lot of these are really new to me because I ordered them online and they took a while to ship. Some of them came yesterday, so I haven't tried all of these on my face yet. This is more of just a first impressions plus swatches, that kind of video. But let's just get straight into the first category, which is eyeshadow palettes, which I'm pretty excited about. Now, the first one that I purchased, I actually purchased it on July 1st, and it was the e.l.f. Bite-Size Eyeshadow Quad in Rose Water. So here are the swatches of the shades. This is the first one down to the last one. As you can see, this first metallic is very intense. They both are, but this one has a bit of a flakier, chunkier, like thicker feeling to it. You can already see there's like a dip forming, and I haven't used it a ton, so it's very soft, but it is really, really gorgeous, and I'm really glad I bought this because I've been wanting a bit more mauves, and also this is just something really tiny, and I really like capsule smaller palettes with just smaller color stories for just the colors I want. Somehow I keep on wanting bigger palettes, but I think that's just because it's hard to find tiny palettes that have all the shades that I want, that don't have one or two that I'm like, I don't want that, and then it wouldn't be worth it. I have other e.l.f. palettes, and I feel like this shadow especially is slightly different from their normal formula. It's a bit more intense, so if you do like that, I would recommend this. I want to buy more of these, but there isn't another like color story that I'm super interested in. I would love it if they continued this line and expanded it. Now, these next two are from Colourpop, and I have not bought anything from Colourpop before, but people always say that it's good formulation, and they have so many options that it's like you're bound to find something that works for you. I got the Lilac You A Lot palette. I'm gonna try to not blind you, so we have pinks, purples, and a bit of mauvish tones going on, and I like how, even though it's a very light palette, which I prefer because I'm so pale, it does have a bit of depth that I can add to looks, and so it's not too one note. I have not used this a ton. I've used a few of these once or twice, and they seem like really nice formulations and just really beautiful colors, and I honestly don't have many of these colors in my collection, and if I do, the colors themselves are running low. And I just love purples and mauvey pinks on my skin tone. I feel like it looks really flattering. Now, this next one is one of their newest palettes, and it is the In a Trance palette from the Tie-Dye collection. And I wasn't sure if this is limited edition or not, but as soon as I saw it in a video, I was like, I finally found you. I've been searching for you for so long. I know a ton of people aren't into pastels just because they aren't flattering on a lot of people, but I've been searching for a palette like this for years. I've been wanting these cornflower, lighter baby sky blues, this periwinkle purple. Yes, yes. These like muted pinks and bright pinks. Honestly, I mostly wanted these three, but these are also really gorgeous, and I feel like it works really well pairing these two together. And this one is interesting because it is a super shock shadow, so it feels very like wet. It's a really pretty duochrome. I just don't know how to make it work yet. Just the texture I don't know how to work with. It did have a really chunky, like holographic white glitter in here. Glitter isn't great for a number of reasons, and I don't feel like going into that, but yeah. I'm thinking I might want to like repress the shade into here to kind of like a Franken shade that might fit with this aesthetic, but yeah, I'm super happy I got this because I've just been wanting these colors for so long, and so because I didn't know whether it was a limited edition or not, I knew I wanted to buy it really fast. And what is interesting is most of these things have been on my wish list for a significant amount of time. If you've seen my wish list, this guy, he's been on there. This guy has never been on a wish list because as soon as I saw it, it was just love at first sight. I don't believe in love at first sight. I'm not one of those people. But for this palette, I immediately knew that this is something that I would totally enjoy and use the heck out of. So yeah, I just threw caution to the wind and I was like, I'm gonna buy this once I buy this. However, it was difficult because when I wanted to buy both of these, at first this guy was out of stock for a while after its first release, and then when it got restocked, this guy was out of stock. And so I checked like every day, and eventually they were both in stock, so I was able to buy them both at the same time. Very happy about that. Now let's move on to cheek products. It's a very small section, but what I got, I'm really glad I got. This is the Milani Strobe Light Instant Glow Powder in the shade 01 Afterglow. And at first I thought it would be more pink than it was, just in some lightings and pictures. However, if you can see, it's actually more of a cool toned champagne-y shade, which I think is super just gorgeous. It just looks like my skin tone, but glowy and maybe slightly pinker. But especially because I put it near blush, it looks super natural and it's just gorgeous. I would love to expand my highlighter collection. This is the first highlighter I bought in a while. The last one I bought was the liquid one that I bought that a month before my no buy, and then I decluttered it. About 2-ish years ago, I did buy the Wet n Wild highlight in the shade Precious Petals. That was, at that point, it was their lightest shade in store before they came out with Blossom Glow and that stuff, and it was definitely too dark for me. I tried using it as a blush topper, but it had such a strong gold shift that it really just didn't work as a blush topper on me, so I ended up decluttering that. But yeah, it's really nice to have an actual highlighter that works for my skin tone. I didn't know it would be so hard, because at first I thought like one of the CoverGirl ones would be good, but then I looked up swatches and even the lightest shade looks like it would be too dark. So yeah, I really want a good variety of colors, but it's hard to get a light shade that's not just pure white. So this is beautiful, and this seems like if I were to be a minimalist and have one highlighter, this would probably be the kind of shade, because it's intense, but it's not super intense. It's like in between subtle and blinding, and I really like that. You can build it up though and kind of blend it out, and I'm actually, no, I'm not wearing it on my cheeks. Actually, I'm not wearing any of these things on my face. I don't know why. I didn't think about how that would be a good idea. I'm just wearing Project Pan items on my face, but while I haven't worn this a ton, I have super enjoyed it when I have. This has 8.5 grams of product, so I highly doubt I'll ever finish this anytime soon, maybe in like 10 years, but I considered buying the tiny one, but the price versus how much less it was, it just didn't seem worth it, and you can't buy that in stores, so I'm happy to have this, you know, keep it until it runs out eventually. This next item is the Pacifica Cherry Cheek Powders palette, and it is this beautiful plush palette. I love that this brand is 100% vegan, and I feel like this packaging is just more eco-friendly because it's all cardboard. It's not a ton of plastic, so yeah. This was made in the USA. I know not all of their products are, which kind of confuses me, but anyways, beside this flimsy packaging, I do love the packaging because it's just beautiful cherry blossom design, as well as just how sleek and thin it is. It doesn't take up too much space. This palette has a total of 14 grams of product, so I'd say each has a little bit more than 3 grams each, and while that's kind of small, I'm honestly happy with that because I don't go through blush every day, so Yeah, I love how it says "you are so pretty" on the inside. I just think that's so cute and sweet. And I thought that these would be more like highlights on me, but in reality, they're all pretty glowy actually. While these two are more glowy, they actually are like really subtle. Especially this one looks like a subtle warm peachy blush. And this one's like it looks lighter on my hand. This one probably could be used as a subtle highlight. They're not super metallic, they're not as intense as the Milani one, but this is more of like a blush topper, and it kind of blends things together so that the highlight looks a little bit more natural. And yeah, I think it's just beautiful. There's this more cool toned rosy one and then a warmer peachier one down here, and these are both glowy blushes. I thought they'd be matte, but no, they have this natural sheeny glow that you can't really tell in the pan, but it just looks absolutely beautiful on the skin. Now before we go through all of the lip products, let's just go over the last two items that aren't lip products. And this first one is the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I got it in the shade Fair Rose, which I believe is the lightest shade in their line. I don't want to open it and swatch it just yet because I want to finish my other concealer. I bought this because I recently took out the stopper of that concealer, so I should be done pretty soon. Hoping that this will work really well for my dry skin. And it says it has a satin finish. I'm hoping this looks like it should be a good shade for me. Hopefully it won't be too dark because all the other shades in the line seem like they probably would be. This has a total of 6 mils in the bottle, which I feel like is pretty normal for a concealer. It's not really big, I think, because the applicator is really large, so it takes up a lot of space in here, but hopefully it won't go by too quickly. But because it was only $6, I feel like it'd be a really nice one if it was my holy grail. Wouldn't have to spend a ton of money on a good concealer. I'm really hoping that's what's gonna happen. Now next is the e.l.f. Keep Your Curl Black Mascara, and this has 8 mils of product. I thought it was actually plain black packaging, but turns out it has like the e.l.f. logo on it. I like how sleek and simple it is. It's not unnecessarily bulky. The picture looks like it has a curved rubber bristle wand, which is something that I do enjoy. As long as it doesn't flake or smudge, you should be good. Again, $5 for mascara. If this is my holy grail, that'd be super amazing, because then I don't have to spend a ton of money on mascara, and I don't like doing that since you have to throw it out every 3 to 6 months or something like that. So okay, let's just go straight into all of the lip products because there are a lot. I believe I bought a total of 13 lip products. To be fair, the lip products I had before, I had 4 lipsticks. I ended up decluttering 3 of them this month because I honestly didn't like them. So I had 1 lipstick I liked, and I had 3 lip glosses, 2 of which I'm trying to use up. That was pretty much it. Which is kind of insane now that I think about it, how many lip products I used up recently. So, because I felt like I didn't have any lip products, I wanted to try so many different colors and just formulas, finishes, all that jazz, and so I kind of went crazy. But I'm also not super mad at myself. So let's just get into the lipsticks. I have 3 from Flower Beauty. 2 of them I bought in my original Ulta haul that I used with my gift card, and 1 of them I did buy when it was on sale with a bunch of other lip products that I wanted. And that was one of the reasons why I bought so many lip products. I wasn't planning on it. However, I mentioned before, all of the lip products on my wish list ended up going on sale at the same time at Ulta, maybe because no one's wearing lip products right now, but I figure now is the time. To seize the day. I just want to go through each of these lipsticks. I love how elegant this packaging is. However, when it did get shipped to me, all of these got slightly messed up. The first two especially, they tilted slightly, so the tube got a little bit messed up on the inside. As you can see, it gets like this kind of lines going on. I think it's just it's a very soft formula, I can tell, because it moves a bit in the tube, so it's delicate. I don't think this is something that I'd want to bring around with me if I'm somewhere really hot. If you live in a cooler climate, I don't think that'll be a problem, but I live in Arizona, so shipping, I'm not gonna blame them because it's been insanely hot in the past week, so there's that. Anyways, the first shade is 055 Barrymore, and it is a matte shade. And it is this bright, almost looks like my lips right now, just a bright berry rosy shade. Even when I swatch them, I have to be careful because when it drags, it actually pushes it up and I have to kind of recenter it, so that's another thing. Just keep that in mind. So this is a matte, and I think it just looks so nice next to my skin tone. I still have highlighter on my hand. Now this next one is 060 in Rouge Berry, and that is a cream shade. Each of these lipsticks has 3.2 grams of product, by the way, if that's something you want to know. And as you can see, this is a really lovely, deeper, more muted berry shade. I think it has more red than it does purple. It's actually very similar in undertone to Barrymore, but as you can see, it is deeper, and I'd say works better in probably winter months, and this looks a bit more springy. I guess on camera, it's a little hard to see the differences, but as you can see in the tubes, they definitely look different. And they just seem like really elegant shades. Now this last one is 050 Autumn Rose. It is a matte. I have worn this one and Rouge Berry. As you can see, this one got the most messed up. But I have worn this one and Rouge Berry before on my lips, and I thought it lasted really nicely. It didn't fade weird. I think the matte ones definitely have a better like staying put thing to them, which makes sense. This one has a very muted rose purple undertone to it, and I think it also just looks really nice. I feel like it's a nice kind of fall, winter, dusty shade. It's not, I mean, it is called Autumn Rose, so that would make sense. Now, while these shades are a bit more classic and everyday kind of shades, these next two are definitely statement lips, which I kind of love right now. This one I just got yesterday. It is the e.l.f. Seriously Satin. I don't know why seriously is spelled like that, but it is in the shade Sugar Plum, and it is in this really sleek, kind of clear packaging. It's really cheap, but it looks nice, so that's good. And it's so beautiful. It is this deep berry purple shade, and if you have seen some of my first videos for my Back to Broadway Project Pan, I had a Wet n Wild lip liner in the shade Plum Together in there, and I used it up really easily because I used it as a lipstick and it was a lip liner, but I did not like the formula. However, I did talk about how I loved the shade and I wanted to find something to replace that shade and be really similar, but also just be a good formula and an actual lipstick too. So I'm hoping that's what this is. I swatched it the other day and it actually does look super similar. This formula is a lot firmer and less melty, but it's not like waxy where it drags. As you can see, it is this beautiful deep berry shade, and it just, I feel like I finally figured out how to find lipstick shades that look good on me. Like the undertone is good, because for a while I kept on trying to find things and then I was like, none of these are looking good on me. Maybe I'm not a lipstick person, but no, I kept on searching for things that they might be popular shades, but just, they don't flatter me. And now I feel like I'm really getting it a bit better, and this just looks so wintry and like sultry and beautiful, and it makes me happy to have. This one claims to have 3.5 grams of product, and this next one is the Milani Bold Color Statement Matte Lipstick, in the shade I Am Strong, and this has been on my wish list for a while because I've been wanting a deep red because I realized I don't like bright reds on me. I just don't think they flatter my face for some reason. They throw me off. But yeah, it is the shade 20, and it is this beautiful, deep, cool-toned brown red. And I have to add, it smells delicious. It smells, I keep on trying to, it reminds me of something that I've like baked before. Like frosting or batter or something. It smells exactly like something that I have baked before, and I love that. I'm not super into scents, but this one smells delicious. And it has a bit of the Milani logo engraved into it, and this one has 3.6 grams of product. As you can see, it is a similar depth to this Sugar Plum shade, however it's much browner and warmer, and it's just, I've been wearing it a lot recently for some reason. I've been really wanting fall looks, maybe because it's so hot outside. It was like 120 the other day, and so maybe my subconscious says, what if it got colder outside, and what if it was fall? So yeah, as you can see, I got 5 lipsticks, but they have a good array and range of shades. This is probably my favorite lipstick I have bought. I mean, I've worn it the most, so I can attest that I like the lasting power and formula, but mostly the shade. I don't try to buy things because of the shade name or the packaging or the theme or whatever, but this one, I Am Strong, I love this line because it has all of these affirmations. Compared to, you know, some brands do weird names and like sexual names or just negative connotations with their names and themes, and I don't love that. I think I like these uplifting ones, and this is just the past couple years I've been on a journey with fitness and health, and I'm still clearly on a journey, but I've been really focusing on getting more healthy and fit and stronger specifically. I haven't been trying to lose weight or anything. I've never really been overweight, but I've never been super strong, and I've been working on weight training a lot and trying to just feel more confident and stronger, and well, I'm definitely not the body type that gains muscle super quickly. This shade does make me feel a bit stronger, and sometimes I just feel very weak, either physically or just mentally and all that thing. This is special to me. It makes me feel good. This might be my favorite purchase that I've bought out of everything. And lastly, in this lipstick category, I put lip liner just because it's more similar. It has more pigmentation like a lipstick, so I thought I'd add this in here. I got the Essence Soft Contouring Lip Liner in the shade 06 Under My Skin. It is actually really similar to the Flower Beauty lipstick in Barrymore, so it's just a really good undertone for my lips. It's a bit deeper and brighter, but not too much, so it's kind of a nude on me, even though it's really pink, but clearly pinks are more nude on me than actual nudes. So yeah, I feel like I could use this for any of these just to help kind of map out my lips. I'm not the best at applying lipstick just because I've been a gloss girl for quite some time, but I do think I will enjoy this, and I know I do like the formula. I like the pencil formulas because I find them a bit stiffer. I don't like the creaminess of the twist ups. Also, I think this is just a bit more eco-friendly because it's not a ton of plastic. So now let's move on to the Tinted Lip Balm lip gloss category. Now this is the newest one to me. It came in that e.l.f. order. It is the e.l.f. Ride or Die Lip Balm in the shade Tough Cookie. And it does smell like a sugar cookie. Well, that was definitely not the best swatch I've ever done in my life, but you know, it came out kind of thick, and the applicator is just this squeezy tube, just flat. so it's definitely not ideal. I think it's probably best to blend it out with a brush or finger, but it is kind of a hybrid between a lip balm and a gloss. It seems, I tried it on my lips just for a little while because I got it yesterday, but it seems super comfortable, and it is a bit warmer, but it's still has enough of that pink so that it's not too brown or orange, so it doesn't look bad on me. It's definitely not as flattering as a more pink shade, but I think it still would work for more warm, neutral looks. Now these next two are the Pacifica Color Quench Lip Tints. This one's in Blood Orange and this one's in Sugared Fig. And can I just say, this packaging is stunning. The just designs on the side and the gold detailing, it just looks beautiful. So let's start with Sugared Fig. Now, it has almost kind of a swirled color, like some of the parts are lighter and darker in there. This one I don't love the scent of because it smells like a liquid medicine I had as a kid, back when I didn't take pills. I'm so glad I can have pills now because medicines, like, they never tasted good. I can think of one that I actually liked the flavor of, but it smells like, I think, cherry flavored Benadryl. That's what I feel like it smells. I could be wrong, but you know, if you like that scent, then that's fine. It's not that bad though, because you can't really smell it after. It's like when you first apply it, you smell a bit of it, but it's not that strong. It is a light wash of kind of a browny, rosy shade. It definitely would be kind of a figgy color, so I think that's accurate. It's super comfortable. It just has a light wash and it adds really nice moisture considering it's a lip balm, so happy about that. That seems like something that I could definitely throw in my bag and just not think about when applying. Like, I don't have to worry about my lip line because it is a sheer wash of tint, but it does add a little bit. Blood Orange is a different story because it smells so good. Oh my gosh, it smells like those little gummy vitamins that are like in shapes of orange wedges. That's what this smells like to me, and I actually like that scent. It is slightly warmer and more orange, but it's not like straight up orange, so it actually looks nice. And it's just, this one I enjoy applying just because I like the scent. Again, it's not super strong, but just first applying, I'm like, it's like having those little gummies as a kid. Finally, we're on to our last few items, and they are all lip glosses. Now let's start with this Milani one because there's only one, and it is the Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper in the shade Prismatic Peach. There's 2.7 mils product in here, and they updated their packaging from the original one, which I think looks really sleek and just, it looks nice. And I don't know if I would consider this peach, to be completely honest. I would more say, I mean, it has a peachiness to it, but it's more pink than peach. It's also super sheer and shimmery. I've been wanting like a clear gloss with shimmer in it, and it, you can't really see here, but it has some holographic kind of shimmer to it. You don't feel the glitter. It has a very similar formula to the kind of cream finish of the Soft Rose lip gloss that I used up a couple months back, and it seems like a super comfortable formula, like a subtle minty sweet scent, but it's not super bothersome. It doesn't have that mentholy plumping feel, which I prefer it that way, and so just, it's more like a shimmery clear gloss with a tiny bit of pink tint, which I think will be super easy for me to wear, and I really like that. These next three are from Essence. It's the Shine 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 Wet Look lip glosses. First shade I got was 01 Behind the Scenes. It is their famous clear lip gloss that everyone raves about. Has this teardrop shape applicator. The reason I bought 3 of them is because I've already had their shade Happiness in a bottle, and that is my perfect like nude gloss, and I love it. With the exception of the scent, again, I'm picky about scents. As long as it's not too strong, then it's fine. It's just a really wet looking clear gloss, but I've never had a straight up clear gloss like this, so I was curious to see if that's something that I enjoy, and since it was on sale for like $1.50 or something like that, I was like, now is the time to try it out. And yeah, I haven't really tried it yet, but it seems like a comfortable formula, very similar to the shade Happiness in a Bottle, but clear. What the formula differs in these shimmery lip glosses, however, it's their newer shades, I believe. This one's in the shade Let It Go. This one's in the shade No Brainer. Now, Let It Go on Ulta's website looked a bit pinker. I honestly thought it would be what this was. Basically like a light pink shimmer, but it turns out to be more of like an apricot kind of shade. And it actually has decent pigmentation for being such a light shimmery gloss. As you can see when it shifts, it does have that apricot cantaloupe kind of shade, and it is a bit, I don't know if you can tell, stickier. So not in love with that. It's stickier than the just non-shimmery ones. And it also smells exactly like a scented marker. And I can't remember what scented marker I'm thinking of, but they're scented markers from my childhood. And I don't love that. A part of me also is like, oh, childhood. But also, I don't really want my lip gloss to smell like a marker. So it's definitely really intense in shine and shimmer. It doesn't have like the holographic shimmers, but yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. If I were to not buy one of the items, it'd probably be this one, just because I thought it would be pinker, and I couldn't really find swatches online because it was a newer shade, so that was probably my bad, but it seems pretty, something like I could use it. No Brainer is a peachy shimmer. It is a bit more warm. It seems like a really pretty shimmer. Seems like a really beautiful summer shade. Well, this one looks a bit frosty. I think this one looks definitely better on my lips, but again, it does have a bit of a stickiness. I would like to add one thing about those Essence shimmery glosses. The Milani one comes off easily even with the shimmer. Those Essence ones, I don't know how well you can see, but they leave behind these glitters, and it's hard to get the glitter, like the glitter kind of stays on your lips while the color might fade, and so I found it difficult when I was like trying them on to get the glitteriness off, and I think that's the part I liked the least. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about those two Essence glosses, but everything else I'm like, yeah, I'm so glad I bought that. So now the last item is a brush that was a free gift because I bought some flower brushes from Ulta. It is this little travel brush. I have a flower brush and it is good quality, and I would say this one is too. I don't know how I feel about the shape and the size, the density, and what I would use it for yet, but I do think it's good quality. It has good, sleek packaging, super travel friendly, so don't really know how I feel about this yet, but it was kind of fun to get a free gift. I was like, oh my gosh, it's like, I'm so fancy, I got a free gift. Wow. So overall, I'm really happy with the items that I bought. I don't feel like any of them were super bad purchase. The only ones that I'm kind of iffy about right now are those two shimmery Essence lip glosses, but everything else, super happy I have. I'm super impressed with the formulation so far. Again, these are just first impressions. Some of them I haven't even worn on my face yet, so take my opinions with a grain of salt, but let's go over the numbers and totals if you're interested. I spent a total of $77.84 on all of that makeup, and I bought 18 products. So that comes out to be, each product is approximately $4.32. I feel like I did pretty well there. I bought 18 products and each of them on average was $4.32. And you might be wondering how I did that. I mentioned in my beauty tracker how I had a $30 Ulta gift card for my birthday that I used. I used a YouTuber's Colourpop code, And the reason the number for each product is really low is probably due to the fact that I bought all those lip products when they were on sale, like half off. I didn't buy anything super like bougie and high-end, and I still feel really impressed with like the formulation so far. So yeah, I'm really impressed with myself, like budgeting and like, I don't know, I'm not one of those extreme couponers, but I feel like I could be eventually if I keep on going at this rate. But yeah, I hope you found this interesting. I like seeing people's makeup and being snoopy and seeing what they bought and why they bought it. So yeah, that's pretty much this video. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that you have an amazing day. Bye!